You are the one that created the heavens. You are the one that made the earth. You are Yahweh, forever Yahweh. Everything exalted, He will cut down. Every God falls at His feet. You have no equal, no one can compare. You are Yahweh, forever Yahweh. You are Yahweh, forever Yahweh.
When I see all that you have for me, I stand amazed. The veil is fallen, and now I see all that glitters is not gold. Let your glory unfold. Oh,
No other God can take your place. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. No other God can take your place. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. No God of money, no God of fame, no God of sorrow, no God of pain. You are Yahweh. No God of money, no God of fame, no God of sorrow, no God of pain. You are Yahweh. Set our hearts ablaze for you again. Set our hearts ablaze for you. You are Yahweh. You are Yahweh. You are. Set our hearts ablaze for you again. Set our hearts ablaze for you. You are Yahweh. Seated on the throne of my heart again. You have our affection. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. Our hearts, your dominion. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. We're returning to you, Lord. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. We're coming back to you. Be seated. Be seated. Be seated on the throne of my heart. Take your place in our lives. Be seated on the throne of my heart. We're returning to our first love. We're returning to the Father's arms. Be seated. Be seated. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. You are our desire, God. We're coming back to you, Father. seated on the Your heart is where we belong. Be seated. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. Be seated. Be seated. Be seated on the throne of my heart again. We're coming back to your heart. We're coming back to your arms. You're our Father. Be seated. We lift our hands and surrender now. We cast down our golden crowns and we say, come in and be seated. Oh, hear our cry, oh Lord. Hear our cry, oh Lord. Hear our cry, oh Lord. Be seated. Be seated. I give you my heart again. I give you my heart again. 'Cause I was made for worship. I was made to love you. I was made for worship. I was made to love you. I was made for worship. I was made to love you. I was made for worship. I was made to love you. I was made for worship. I was made to love you. I was made for worship. I was made to love you. Be seated. Be seated. Be seated on the throne of my heart. Be seated on the throne of my heart. 'Cause I was made for you. Come on, lift your voices to him. I was made